Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
Bombshell, they're calling for Obama's immediate arrest. Obama's acts of treason against our country are almost too numerous to list, as this infiltrator did everything in his power to bring our country down while he was in office. While hollowing out our military to pre-World War II capabilities, Obama was constantly furthering the cause of Muslims, putting Iran on a path to nuclear weapons while letting all his buddies out of GITMO. While we've been on to Hussein Obama's treasonous antics for quite some time, what he was just caught doing in the Middle East is so outrageous. There's now calls being made for Obama's immediate arrest. Recently we learned that Obama worked hand-in-hand with ISIS terrorists to secure massive amounts of weapons and arsenal for their terror group. But chillingly, that is only the tip of the iceberg of startling information that's emerging about Obama's defiant acts of treason towards our country. We all knew of Obama's backroom deal to put Iran on a path to nuclear weapons, but according to new breaking scandal, Obama was willing to do whatever it took to finalize the Iran nuke deal, even if it meant putting the lives of every single American at risk. Michael Lynch reports. According to Politico, the Obama administration turned a blind eye to Hezbollah's drug trafficking and money laundering operations, some of which were unfolding inside the United States, to help ensure the Iran nuclear deal would be finalized. A project led by the Drug Enforcement Administration, known as Project Cassandra, reportedly targeted the Lebanese militant group's criminal activities, which included gun and drug tracking equal to $1 billion. But by tossing a string of roadblocks holding back the project, Obama administration officials helped Hezbollah to grow into a major global security threat bankrolling terrorist and military operations, the report added. In conducting its report, Politico spoke with former Obama administration officials who were involved with the anti-Hezbollah efforts. They claim Obama and his team stopped the U.S. task force from bringing down the criminal network. When Project Cassandra leaders sought approval for some significant investigations, prosecutions, arrests and financial sanctions, officials at the Justice and Treasury Departments delayed, hindered or rejected their requests. Politico writes that over an 8-year span, federal agents working out of a top-secret DA facility in Chantilly, Virginia, used wiretaps, undercover operations and informants to map Hezbollah's illicit networks, with the help of 30 U.S. and foreign security agencies. They followed cocaine shipments, some from Latin America to West Africa and on to Europe and the Middle East, and others through Venezuela and Mexico to the United States. They tracked the river of dirty cash as it was laundered by, among other tactics, buying American used cars and shipping them to Africa. And with the help of some key cooperating witnesses, the agents traced the conspiracy, they believed, to the innermost circle of Hezbollah and its state sponsors in Iran. The article says, when Project Cassandra leaders sought approval for some significant investigations, prosecutions, arrests and financial sanctions, officials at the Justice and Treasury Departments delayed, hindered or rejected their requests. But it gets even more outrageous. Aside from turning a blind eye to Hezbollah's drug trafficking and money laundering operations, what has never been discussed by the media is how Obama committed money laundering when they transferred this $1.7 billion to Iran, Veteran Af reported. Essentially, what President Obama authorized was for funds to be wired from the Federal Reserve Bank in New York, converted to Swiss francs, and the money was then moved to a Swiss national bank. Once this was done, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York withdrew the funds from the account and then physically transferred the money to an official from the Iranian central bank who was waiting on a tarmac in Iran. Political commentator and syndicated columnist Charles Krauthammer said in light of these startling new details, that Barack Hussein Obama needs to be immediately arrested for his crimes against America. If a company did this, a CEO would be in jail right now, he stated on a recent segment on Fox News. The definition of treason is aiding and abetting the enemy of the United States. Obama needs to be brought up on charges and tried for the crimes that he committed against this country. Not only did he create ISIS and give them weapons to further their Islamic caliphate, he's also guilty of assisting Hezbollah's drug trafficking and money laundering enterprise. Thanks to Obama, the very same Iranian terrorists who chant death to America now have unbelievable American money to fund their terrorism and move towards their stated goal, which is complete destruction of the United States of America. Trigger warning: Prissy Hawley is a conservative journalist, professional she-tea starter and disgruntled military vet who is very outspoken and doesn't give a flying crap about your feelings when exposing the truth. If you want your daily dose of news delivered in the most politically incorrect way as possible, make sure you follow Prissy here. Sarah Carter drops new evidence tying the deep state plot against Trump directly to Obama's WH. Investigative journalist Sarah Carter just dropped a new report on the explosive documents obtained by congressional investigators which illustrate coordination against the Trump campaign by top-level Obama White House officials, the CIA and the FBI. The more details leak out, the closer and closer this scandal moves to Obama's Oval Office. From Sarah Carter. Documents obtained by congressional investigators suggest possible coordination by Obama White House officials, the CIA and the FBI into the investigation into President Donald Trump's campaign. Those senior Obama officials used unsubstantiated evidence to launch allegations in the media that the Trump campaign was colluding with Russia during the run-up to the 2016 presidential election, according to newly discovered documents and communications obtained by Congress. The documents also reveal that former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, Democrat Nevada, sent a letter on August 29, 2016, asking then FBI Director James Comey to investigate the allegations, which were presented to him by then CIA Director John Brennan. Brennan had briefed Reid privately days earlier on the counterintelligence investigation, and documents suggest Reid was also staying in close touch with Comey over the issues. The Gang of Eight is a group of 8 lawmakers who have access to the most highly classified information and often meet on Capitol Hill to be briefed on classified material. The documents, which include text messages from embattled FBI Special Agent Peter Strzok and his paramour Lisa Page, also reveal that former Obama White House Chief of Staff Dennis McDonough was involved in the initial investigation into Trump's campaign. Comey, Brennan and McDonough, the highest-ranking officials at the FBI, CIA and White House, were working in concert to ensure an investigation was initiated, congressional members told this reporter. Representative Mark Meadows, RNC, a member of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee, was deeply troubled by the findings. "We've been asking for documents with little cooperation of the DOJ and FBI, we're having to find these unreacted documents on our own," said Meadows, who's also chairman of the House Freedom Caucus. It appears there was a coordination between the White House, CIA, and FBI at the onset of this investigation, and it's troubling. Meadows said a meeting that John Moffa, who was part of the counterintelligence division at the FBI, meets with Dennis McDonough on August 10, 2016, Meadows added. "What we're finding is the more we dig, the more we realize that there appeared to be a willful coordination between multiple groups outside the Department of Justice and FBI." Moffa was also the FBI agent who helped draft Comey's July 5, 2016, exoneration letter to Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server. Meadows said the documents suggest Reid's briefing from Brennan was used in Michael Isikoff's Yahoo News story. Isikoff's article was used as evidence for the FBI's visa warrant being granted against Carter Page. Page was a short-term volunteer advisor on the Trump campaign, who was spied on by the FBI. Congress and the Department of Justice are investigating the FBI's conduct in obtaining a Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act warrant in October 2016 to spy on Page. Page was a central figure in an unverified dossier put together by former British spy Christopher Steele alleging the Trump campaign colluded with Russia. In April 2017, the New York Times published the first story about Brennan's counterintelligence briefing to Reid regarding Trump. The briefings to Gang of Eight congressional members suggested Russia might be helping Trump win the election. Brennan alluded to the unverified information that members of the Trump campaign may be colluding with the Russians. The information brief to the lawmakers expanded the number of people who were aware of the unverified allegations, and played a significant role in the increase of leaks to the media, according to the information obtained by the committee.